Praise Jesus, praise Jesus, praise Master Jesus, glory to Jesus. We are happy to be on this platform today by the grace of God. I appreciate the Lord for opportunity, for his presence. May his name be praised and adored. Thank you, Father, for this great encounter. Thank you for the strength to teach and understanding to the people. Family Clinic is always a place where we teach and try to understand things that are related to us as individuals. And I believe that today's teaching is going to also help someone to gain understanding. God is always interested in giving you knowledge, because the Bible said that the knowledge which you have is what will help you. The truth you know will help you to be free from slavery. And also the scriptures say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So it is very important for you and I to understand the strength of knowing. The strength of knowing. You have to know so that you will operate with a lot of wisdom, and God will be able to help you and bless you as you gain understanding. So today I'm going to be looking at some certain in the church. Share it on your group. Let your people come in so that we can get understanding. Today I will be teaching on a topic I title Responsibility in Marriage. Responsibility in marriage. It is good for us to get some knowledge of our duty roles as couples. You see, when you don't know what you should do, you might end up not doing what you should have done. So it is good we understand at least a basic understanding, because sometimes when we want to get into marriage, we are in a hurry. We always look at the needs, mostly our personal needs. We do marriage counseling, but many of us, we drop the counseling right after it. But this, I believe, can help someone who is already married or who is going through any situation in their marriage life, so that you will be able to understand. Are we live? So it is good you tune in, you tell your friends, you let them understand what is their responsibility in marriage. I'm going to take it in different form, because my desire here today is to give you a good understanding, at least something that can narrow down your activity or your duty as couples. So allow me to start with number one, your responsibility as a good wife. I will give this teaching in two forms. I will give as a good wife, and I will give as a good man, husband. I will give it in two forms. But let me start with your responsibility as a good wife. Because as a good wife, there are some things that should not be ignored. That is part of, it's like the bedrock, the strength of the marriage. So you must give it attention and allow it to be a blessing in your life. Okay. Number one duty of a wife is to be sexually available for the husband. Number one duty at the back of any man who is choosing you as a wife, one of their major reasons is because of sexual interest they have with your personality. There is something they have seen or they have felt interesting to them, and they can't stay without it. So they will decide, okay, I want this person. For that reason, you see them doing a lot of things because of you. So it's possible that man is just getting into your life because of you sexually. That's why you see men is always interested in your shape, your civic, how do you look like? Do you look like what is an appetizing to them? Your color, your sizes, and everything. They really give it attention because 70% of what they want from you is sexual satisfaction. Sexual satisfaction. They want it. It's your responsibility. You have no excuse. You have no right to deny your spouse or your colleague or your husband, or I don't know how to put it, your person, because once you are married, is your person, is the bone of your bone. So it's like you fighting you. There is no way you can fight you and succeed. So you should know that you are married for the sake of sexual responsibility. So women who are in marriage, putting a barrier, a wall between them and their spouse, probably because of some issues of life, you are not being wise, because it's part of your duty that cannot be. It cannot be. You cannot say, because he did not, I will not. That one is like a free will. The Bible says you give to yourself benevolently. That's how the Bible says, benevolently, like freely. You are not supposed to restrict each other the moment you accept to be in marriage. The moment the two of you accept to be in marriage, there is no excuse for you. Whatsoever reason you have will not be reasonable for your husband, or even if he takes you to the court. You know, marriage can suffer to a point when you go for divorce. If you are being denied your conjugal right, the marriage will be nullified very fast. But if you are just doing some funny things, it's difficult. One of the high reasons why marriages are being dissolved is conjugal right, because it is something that God instructed you to do. It's not negotiable. It is a responsibility, a duty. Number 2, the duty of a woman to contribute in financial provision. A wife is to contribute in financial provision. There is no way it is said that when you are married as a woman, you should not contribute to your husband's financial success. It's a lie. You should even have money before you go into that marriage, so that it can help you to be able to function effectively in the marriage. So some women who have this ideology that getting married to a man is like escaping poverty, you are in a wrong concept. You are supposed to be wealthy. If you are not, you are supposed to also encourage financial growth in your marriage. As a matter of fact, if we want to monitor to know if there is financial progress, one of the ways we do it is after some months or years that you have been married to a man, we want to see the man financially growing. It is easy to know a good wife, because if you met the man on the floor, a good wife will bring increase. The Bible said that he that findeth a wife findeth favor. You see, that is where the increase comes. You bring financial support to that man's life. Don't be a liability. Don't carry your family problem into a marriage and expect a miracle. It's wrong. This is why many marriages are collapsing, because the expectation of the woman is different. You are not going there to go and behave like you are a block. No. Two of you must put it together. If you look at the Proverbs, the woman in the Proverbs, if you want to take it as a case study, you will see she had merchandise. She had a lot of things she was doing. The husband was proud of her. So don't be saying, I will be praying for God to be blessing the man. If you know how to pray for God to bless a man, you too, you can also go to God and ask him to bless you. There is nothing wrong for a wife to buy a car for the husband for a birthday gift. There is nothing wrong for the wife to take the family to a vacation. There is nothing wrong for a wife to support the husband if they are doing the same business or there is need for support. It does not make you lesser. It does not make you. If you don't want to partner with your husband, you can have your own money. He's making his, you are making yours. As long as there is cash flow in the house, when the children's school fees wants to be paid, it's paid. When the children's things, anything that is required or as a need in the family, if your husband is not able, you are able. That support system will always make the marriage to be sweet and firm. I know this one, some women don't want to hear this one now. They're like, hey, mama, what are you saying? It's the truth. You are a contributor to his financial provision, financial growth. Number 3, for the duty of a woman, to listen to your husband like a companion. Your husband and wife, one of the duties your wife you have is to also give your husband a listening ear. You see, when the man comes back, if he's a working person or a business person, sometimes they have gone through a lot of things on their way coming back or in their meetings and all that. Don't start with fight. When he returns, if he chooses to communicate with you, like to tell you his day-to-day activity, he can come and meet you and say, hey, baby, do you know today it was not easy for me. I did this, I did this, I did this. I have trouble in the office. I was able to do this and this in my business. This is what I achieved and this is what I have not achieved. Like, there is a communication that is taking place. Give him listening ear. Some women don't give. Some men also don't talk. But it is part of what will keep you people together. If you can talk about some certain things, especially the things that are very obvious and important within the family, it has to come with a conversation. You have to bring it to his notice. If the children have an attitude, if himself has an attitude, if the home is not okay, let there be a companionship communication. You people should always talk. A family that don't sit down to iron issues will always be on the street fighting. And good thing doesn't come out from that family. So you must be very, very conscious as a person to ensure that you speak with one another, communicate, talk. You've watched something on social media and it's very funny. Share with him, let him watch, and he will laugh also. Share with her. You see, it's just a way of spicing up the marriage. Because it can be so boring when you stay with somebody year to year, months to months. It can be so boring. But through some conversation, it helps. Even gossip. Two of you can gossip. You can gossip your mother-in-law. Hey, you see mama when we went to visit her. That soup she cooked was very sweet. Hey, that soup was very sweet. You see, he's talking. Yeah, how is your father? How is this one? How is your sister? By the way, talk. How do you find our environment? By the way, did you see? Talk. That communication, you are building strength with one another. So that the day there is quarrel, you don't need anyone to tell you. Because the moment there is quarrel, nobody will talk to each other. And because you guys are used to talking to yourself, you will not miss yourself. Then you will see that you can't stay for too long. You will start looking for yourself because there is a bond that has been created. Communication, companionship. Go somewhere together, talk together, try to work things out that concern the family, share stories together, tell him what you perceive, your perception, your sincere view of everything, sometimes politics, sometimes football, sometimes dramas, or maybe some action movies, depending on what interests your man. Just get into some of those things. Give him some motivating information that can also help him to be a better person. When you do this, you are also creating that bond. Don't forget, some marriages dies completely because they don't even have how to measure when the marriage is collapsing. There are some couples, they don't call themselves sweet names. Let's assume you call yourself honey. You know, when you are angry, you will not call that honey again. You will call the person by the first name. Let's assume it is me now. I'm angry with my husband. I will not call him honey. I will call him his name, Mr. Kingsley or Mr. Emeka. Yes. When I call him that one, he should ask himself, how did he fall like that? You will know that. Me, I believe in that expression because it will tell that person that probably something is wrong. If that person cares about you and loves you genuinely, he will sought after you to say, baby, what's it? The way you have called me like this, what happened? The way you have not responded to my communication, are you okay? Did I offend you in a way and I didn't know? But if he does not care, he's just telling you, we are just roommates, nothing changed. Like, it's just timing. It's a matter of time. Everybody will depart from themselves. So those things, they speak. Don't be deceived. They speak. If he cares, he cannot stay. One of you cannot. So be watchful and see how it goes. People who love you cannot be disconnected with you and not feel uncomfortable. If they disconnect with you and they feel okay, they even start planning how to make themselves feel better, they are not with you. Just be wise. Okay. Duty of a wife. I think I'm now at number 4. To manage resources. The woman is in the family to manage resources. You are there to manage the resources that God is bringing into the family. Don't ignore the management. If God is bringing money, don't marry a man 5 years, 10 years. He's working, you are working. You don't have a plot of land. You people have never bought land. You have never paid dowries. You have never, nothing is, all you guys are working is to eat and pay school fees. That's a failed marriage. You must have a target that the two of you are focusing. So when you are making money, you are able to know how to spend the money, where the money is going to. You can't just be married, nothing. You are not managing anything, even the clothes. You don't know that after 2 years you are supposed to change wardrobe or do like this. Even how the man dresses, how the woman dresses, you are supposed to manage this thing. Your children, when they are going out, how do they look like? Who is managing them? When you are in the house, who is taking care? Try to make sure that there is management, there is a system, because a family is like a government of its own. It has to function. And one of the things a woman does is to make it function. So check your children, check the way they are going to school. Talk to them, talk to your spouse, talk to your house help if you have. Make sure that there is a smooth run of the family. That is the way you want it to be. And that way you want it to be conscious enough to make it work out. Don't be quiet. Make sure there is a system. You go to some family, they tell you when you wake up in the morning, you must make your bed before you go to school. You see, that's a management also. Or they will tell you, you must drink tea and clean the table. There are many ways you can manage your family. Your husband is working in a bank. Every year he's getting salary that is close to 3 million. And year to year, you people don't have any major project you are doing. The only thing you people do is go to Nyamachoma, Kokochoma, chicken spot, good spots. You are a failed woman. You are a failed woman. You are supposed to tell him, at least let's give 500, let's give this amount to something that can be good for us as a family. You can't be quiet when you are married and nothing is working. Nothing. Your husband does not have car. You don't have car. Your husband does not have property. You don't have property. Your husband does not have good clothes. You don't have good clothes. Every morning, two of you will wake up, you will go out, come back in the evening. The children are suffering, yet there is no progress, nothing, no input. You people should be arrested and be put in the prison. It's a disaster family. Okay, let me proceed. Let me stop there and go to the duty of a husband because of time. The duty of a husband. Ensure your wife is sexually satisfied. A man should ensure it is an occupation for a man who is married to make sure that the woman has what we call fellowship. You see, love making, sex making, and fellowshipping, these are three different things. So, when you have sex, you are just quenching a thirst. When you make love, there is an emotional attachment that is coming out between the two of you that needs attention. It's not the same with the first one. When you fellowship, you people have gone to heaven. That is when now you will not have the strength to fight one another. The fellowshipping will take the two of you to a spiritual realm. Because at that time, the woman must have called your name, called everything, speak all the whole tongues, and you will now become her Lord. If your woman is not sexually satisfied, forget, you are not her Lord. You are not her Lord. The day you become her Lord, you will know. So as a woman, as a young boy, as a young man, planning to get into marriage, go and work on your waist. Some of you Kenyan men, the way I look at your waist, I don't know. The waist look like it has a POP. Are you people having waist problem? Or you are carrying so much load that you don't remove? You must go and make sure that the waist, your waist as a man is supposed to be flexible. Go and look at Michael Jackson, what he used to do to his waist. You can start practicing. Because if your waist look like what is carrying block, surely what are you doing on top of a woman? You must be a disaster. And because you are having children, does not mean that you are good in bed. I hope you know that. Because some people, because their wife is pregnant, they say, I've done so well. Apana, the cheapest thing to do is to have children. It's very easy. It's very easy when God is with you and it is your time to do so. The point is, your waist as a man, is it working? Does it have spring? Because when God created it, he put allowance for the spring. That's why you bounce. Are you a bouncer? Or you are just follow me, let's go, just follow me? Hey, okay. Whether you are a Christian brother, Holy Ghost filled, Jesus carrier, my dear, as long as Jesus was holy enough to create sex, be very holy to worship with your wife. Because God himself is the holiness. If he is holy enough to create sex, don't be more righteous than God who is righteous. Because some of you will say it is the whole, you cannot do some things because Holy Spirit, you've never seen him. Worship with your wife. Worship with your wife to the point that if God call her, she will tell God, wait, let me finish with my Lord. You have to be serious. Child of God, be serious. Sex is breaking marriages. Our Christians are walking out of marriage because of sex. Our brothers are walking out of marriage because of sex. It cannot be underemphasized. It is an occupation for both parties. Wife occupation. You prepare for it. Yes. You organize your mind. You organize your body. You organize your room. You make everything to fit in that mood. You make everything. Angry wife is lack of satisfaction. Angry husband, lack of satisfaction. Jumping man is also, he has not seen thunder. So you must be very, very careful. You must be very, very careful to be wise with yourself. Don't allow yourself to be deceived. You need to be sexually active. The way people go to school for 4 years to learn how to be an expert, start your school on time so that when you get married, you will not be a disappointment. If you see a woman always looking at you as a man, let me give you some secret. If you see a woman look at you when you are talking, she look at you from head to toe and divide you, you have never satisfied her. Or you are talking, she will look at you and laugh like, hey, idiot. Something is not okay. Or she will look at you and speak to you like, do you know some people pity? Okay, let me not give more. Number 2, husband's duty to guide your woman and your family into leadership. A man's duty is to ensure there is a level of discipline and leadership within the family. You are supposed to guide them. You are supposed to guide them, being that man of the family. You are supposed to be able to support with your spouse and tell your children, this is this, that is this. A home that does not operate with principle is a destroyed home. There should be existing principle that really, really helps the people to make things work. If you don't have existence of such thing, you are sick, your family is sick. You must put leadership. If you have grown-up children, they must respect your wife. If you have grown-up sons, the daughters are the seniors, enforce respect into the family. Because you are a man, you are tall, you are fat, you are heavy, does not mean your elder sister, you will sit on her head. Don't allow that. That is your responsibility alongside with your wife to ensure that leadership and to give discipline to the family. Be firm. Don't be a noisemaker. Don't be a troublesome man, because some men are very troublesome, thinking they are bringing leadership. You are entering the house, you are screaming, shouting, hey, you don't know I'm around. They have run away because of you. They are hiding. But enter peacefully. Whatever you notice, sit down and talk about it. Don't create a lot of drama and sin. Don't talk too much. If you talk too much, you will lose the leadership value, because they will begin to see you like he's talking again. So you must measure how you speak, and don't allow you and your wife or your children to get into serious argument consistently. It reduces the leadership and the discipline power that you possess. So use wisdom. There are things you will see and they look very ugly. Don't talk about them. When you are calm, talk about it. Because sometimes when you talk about it when you are angry, you exercise authority, not leadership. So people will misinterpret you and you will lose your value. So lead by acting like a leader. Listen to people as you are listened to. Whatever that is said that it is wrong and you know it is wrong, don't take pride. Admit and apologize. Move on as you, let there be that coordination in the family where nobody should be feeling like they are being bossed by anyone. Let there be so much understanding of leadership that flows within the family. A duty of a husband, number 3, to give emotional support to the wife and to the family, and protection, emotional support and protection to the wife and to the family. A husband must ensure there is a good balancing in the family. Some are home to be like war zone. They nag, they snap, they are very harsh, They beat their children uncontrollable. They don't know that that is like a molestation. They talk to their wife